and welcome to the Jade Podcast. It is currently May 1st, and this is season 2, I guess. My birthday just happened to pass. I don't feel much older. You know what I mean? People ask the same day usually, how do you feel? You know, being this new age. But it's like, why are you asking me that the same day? You know? I feel like that's one of those things you kind of start feeling maybe like a month later. You know, I guess it's just a conversation starter, so I'm not going to really get on that too much, but wow. It was a pretty good birthday, I will not lie. I'd say in terms of my wants, it was pretty awesome. And I don't know. Hopefully, I also grow with this new number, which I will not reveal. I like people guessing. And I think, you know, a lot of people, I feel, they get really sad on their birthdays. I got a bit sad at the beginning of my birthday because I was like, man, you know, time is moving by fast. But I'm kind of, you know, I'm gonna be optimistic. Everything's gonna work out. But anyways, for those who do not know, my name is Jaden, and my pronouns are he, him. And what else is there? That's about it. I can really say. This is season 2, technically, because of the new, I guess, background. Maybe I'll try to animate something for the beginning, but don't count on it. Yeah, I'm gonna start talking now about things that come to my mind, like growing up. I feel like in high school, you know, every year it's kind of like I feel like the growth between each year kind of grows exponential. Oh, I know. I think it's the same amount actually, because from freshman to sophomore, you're kind of like. No, actually, no. I feel like that's kind of a small change, like freshman to sophomore, because freshman you're like getting used to it, but then like second half of the year you're kind of used to it now, and sophomore is just you're kind of a freshman, but not really. And then junior year, I feel like between sophomore and junior, something like snaps. And then it's almost like you're a completely different person. And then senior year, I think that's your magnum opus, you know. And I don't know how it's gonna work for college, but you know. I feel like there'd be some sort of similarity there. You know, people come on here, or when I ask someone, hey, you want to come on June podcast? Yeah. Like, oh, what do you talk about there? I'm like, nothing in particular. Because, I mean, the main point of this is just for me to kind of, I guess I should tell them this, but like the main point is for me to kind of log, you know, points of my life. You know, because I say you know a lot still. Oh my God. I need to stop doing that. And everybody who asks says yes, and they never come on. So I just take a yes as a no at this point. Probably because I don't ever try to actually do anything with them, but I think maybe next time I'll have someone. I will have someone on. I don't care. I'm going to try my hardest. And if I don't, then I don't. But I've been trying to put out something that I like. I've been editing a lot. I've been trying to practice on that, work on that. But I fear that I've been procrastinating on a lot of editing, which is kind of weird because I'm like procrastinating on something that I'm kind of interested about. Which is, I don't know. I just like I'm kind of making it more of a need than a want. Like more of an obligation than like something I want to spend my time doing. Like I'm not even good by any means, but it's like I'm trying to get better. Like I've been playing more video games than I have been editing as of recently, which is kind of weird. But from now on, I swear to myself, I solemnly swear publicly that I will begin editing more. And I don't really edit anything in particular, just like videos, I guess, that I make that I never ever put out in the public. That's like awkward though. It's like an awkward thing to admit. Like all these videos in Premiere Pro, it's like, oh, will I ever put these out? Like I make like intros and stuff like that. I do have an account just for the sole purpose of putting out stuff that I make, which is a secret from all my friends. Besides the ones that'll help me with it, or the one who was there when I made it. They know who they are. But yeah, I think this age, I will do my best to advance as much as I can before I reach the next. This year, I guess I will be kind of exposing myself in this one, but it doesn't matter. All my senior friends are graduating this year, and it's so sad. Before, I was like, I frame it as, I'm gonna have to take over for our club, but it's like, it's so much sadder than that, because like, I don't know, I feel like they have been the peak. Out of everyone that I've met at our school, they've kind of been the greatest, the GOATs, if you will, the current seniors, even as sophomores, you know? And it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird just knowing that they're going before me, but I've always kind of like, I don't know, I feel like I've always kind of felt like I'd be left behind anyways, you know, like in the sense that they are kind of ahead of me. And like not just because they're seniors, but it's like they knew what they wanted to do before. Well, not all of them. Pretty sure a lot of them are clueless, but like they have an idea of things they're good at and stuff like that. I had to kind of build that up while I was talking to them. And even though I found my thing kind of, it's still like, I don't know, I feel like I figured that out too late. You know, they're not going to be there when I'm doing my thing. I guess that's what it feels like. When I'm able to like actually shine, you know, do things that I want to do, like help them out with things in the clubs and stuff. There's also just a lot more responsibility that comes with, you know, them leaving, put on like the grade below them. And, you know, they're also just friends of mine too. So it's just like, you know, you have all that stuff happening at once. I feel like that's kind of disheartening. Even though, you know, some of them, they may have made mistakes in the past, but I'm all is forgiven because they're funny. I think being, as long as you're funny, I can forgive you for about almost anything. But, you know, even though I'm not like a part of their main group, like someone told me, they're like, oh, it sounds like you're more attached to them than they are to you. I'm like, yeah, I feel like that's pretty natural, no? Like, I feel like if you're talking to someone who you look up to in a way, you're more likely gonna be more attached to them than they are to you, because you're not their like goal, you know. They probably have someone like that they care about more than cares about them, and I don't think that's necessarily like a bad thing. It's not like I'm obsessing. It's more like I just like being around them, kind of. And I think all my friends have like one thing that I can take from them, you know, one skill, one thing that they're good at. Like you're smart, good at video games, funnier, better at talking in general. I feel like I think people confuse idolizing and like how do I put this? Idolizing and I guess seeing someone as like a goal to be achieved or like some aspect of them, you know? Because I feel like when you idolize someone, it's kind of like, oh, there's something that can't be touched. You know, they're this untouchable, like, high being that has skills beyond your capabilities. I don't think I know anyone like that. I kind of see them more as like they have something that I want to get better at, so I'm probably gonna, you know, talk to them or, you know, figure out how they get that kind of thing done. You know, I've been playing Smash against my friend quite often recently. Trying to get better at the game, you know, so that when he's gone, you know, I can be the new Smash goat, but I don't think that's happening. I think the freshmen are pretty good too, so it doesn't really matter. I don't think I can really take humor from anyone, so I don't really ask for help with that because I feel like how are you gonna explain why you're funny? Like, oh yeah, you know, so you see what I do here is, and like they play like the clip of them being funny, like it's a comedy show, I guess. Comedians, I think they have class for comedy maybe, but that seems like a lot of work just for a skill that can only get you so far. I mean, I used to be funnier, but I don't really need to try anymore. You know, I'd rather be funny with people who think I'm funny rather than funny with people who I have to try to be funny for, you know? Like, I still try to be funny for my friends. Like, I still make jokes, and not all of them hit. But, you know, I think a good friendship is a friendship where it's like, oh, you can make those bad jokes and not feel bad about it. Maybe they think about the jokes that I make sometimes. But I think that's like some sort of anxiety speaking, you know? I do get anxiety when I make bad jokes, which is why I don't release the videos that I make. Because I make bad jokes in them. But, you know, maybe there's a market. The only reason why I haven't uploaded videos because I start them and I don't finish them. I get to like a certain point, I'm like, man, I don't know what to do with this. But I think I have like an editing style down, you know? I have a general idea of what I want to do. I feel like, because when you're editing, there's a difference between like editing a film and editing a gaming video. Because with gaming videos, it's more like, you can't really control the cinematics of everything and like the camera work and character dialogue and interactions as much unless it's like a game like Minecraft or you're playing like some sort of role-playing game on Roblox. With Minecraft, I feel like it's easier to create a narrative. Meanwhile, when you're playing like random Roblox games or something, it is a lot harder. There's a lot less in your control, and you kind of have to play the game. You know, you have to restart the game, figure out what scenes you want to, you know, act out. How you want the scene to look. Possibly get another person to actually do camera work on their account. You know, it's like, I'm not saying it's extreme amount of work, but it's a lot more than just, you know, using a Minecraft mod. But yeah, I think friendship is a powerful thing. And look, people often neglect or they kind of like downplay online friendships, you know, but I feel you're speaking to a real person, you know. Once you, I think the problem with the internet is that people often disassociate the people they're talking to from real people. So it's like, oh, this is Fort Master 39. This is not a real person, so I'm just gonna treat them like they're not a real person. Like I was watching this Dr. K video with Ludwig, and he was like, oh, Ludwig, you know, if you just kind of like, hey, say hi, my name is, and what's your name, and stuff like that. Like you're more likely to personify the person you're playing with. I used to wish I had the ability to like see the people that I'm speaking to as like online fictional characters, but I've never been able to do that, which has led me to be a lot more afraid of being disrespectful in video games. And not that I fear physical altercation, more that I just fear like, man, that's like a real person. I guess it's more of empathy, you know. I feel when people talk trash on video games, I don't know, it's kind of weird. But I also get it, because it's like, oh, you know, you won't face any physical repercussion. Kind of like if you, that's why I like online or real IRL tourney so much. It shows real human nature. Like if someone's a dick during like a Smash set or something, they're just a dick, man, and that's kind of real. You know, that's real. And that I feel like I respect that a lot more than someone who's just a dick on the internet but acts nice in real life. Which is not a hot take at all, but, and honestly, I think it's kind of fun when someone's a dick in real life. It kind of creates villains. Like Low Tier God, I know he has all like the, you know, the bad pedophile stuff and what yada yada. But you know, if that didn't exist, I'd call him a pretty good villain. You know? Because he I feel like being so sure of yourself. You know, that kind of I don't know, it gives you power, I feel like, in worlds like that, where it's like you're playing with video game nerds, you know? And you being so confident in surrounded by some people who's only confident in their ability to play a video game. that gives you a lot of like power, I feel like. But also would lead to an entire mob, and you know, they'd win in numbers, I feel like. I love jazz music. But yeah. What was I talking about? Anyways. My birthday. So, with this new age, I hope to achieve a few things. I hope to get better at editing. I hope to find a job. I hope to find a way to... I wanna make sure that I am set for my life, you know? I want to make sure I'm set so that, you know, the rest of my high school career won't get torn down, and that after I leave high school, I can actually, you know, be in school or something like that. A lot of my friends are going down different routes. Not all of them are going to school. I do worry for some friends, but you know, there's only so much you can do. The only friends that I'll actually actively worry about are friends my age, you know? If you're older than me, you work things out. I don't know. I don't feel as confident when it's someone younger or my age, you know? Like if it's someone like a senior or something, like, okay, and they don't know what they want to do yet, I'm like, you'll figure it out. But I don't know, if it was someone in my grade, and you're like, oh, I don't know what I want to do yet. I'm like, oh, you better start thinking. I feel like I'm a lot harder on people my age. Maybe it's because of like the internal, like, oh, they're older than me. They're a lot more wise. But it does make me wish I made more friends. Which I will. I will be making friends. I have a plan. Yeah. Happy birthday to me. This is going to be a shorter one, but they're usually 30 minutes. I'm just tired. I have school in the morning. So, welcome to season 2.